overall recap real fast. You guys are adventurers, joined the Hunters Guild, did some quests, yada yada yada. The most important is that you guys recently left for Heidi Summit to take down a beast, the only name of which you knew as King Adme. But you guys left Tony, or excuse me, you guys left Dan, figuring that he would just catch up later on. But bad news that was, because about halfway up the mountain, King Adme unleashed an avalanche which crushed you guys and left you to survive on your own merits for a night. Dan was able to catch up, but only the next day due to some other activities he had to do that you guys don't know about as a party. But of course, you guys met with Chief Masayoshi, who told you to find King Adme, now known to you guys as the Yeti, on top of Ryuji Peak. On your way out, you guys met Senshi and Haishi, two of Heidi Summit's renowned warriors who wanted to battle you in a fisticuff match to test your might. At which point, Marak pulled out a bow and tried to shoot one of them. The bloodthirsty bird he is.
Did I actually do that? I don't remember actually shooting them with a bow.
I think you killed them.
No.
I thought he tried to kick him off the cliff.
I tried to push him off the cliff.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But you did pull out your bow. But that's okay.
Okay.
Everybody forgave you. Senshi and Haisha were both very proud of your accomplishments, allowed you free passage. Right. You guys made it to the top of Ryuji Peak, where you...
Wait. If I remember correctly, I think both of them said, Marak, you're definitely not bloodthirsty.
Minus 1 HP to Marak for interrupting me. Anyways, just kidding.
I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to forget it.
No.
41.
Anyways, you guys made it on top of Ryuji Peak. Went and Marak just dug straight into a bandit's tent, at which point the bandits surrounded you guys. You guys were able to fight them off pretty well until the King Adme jumped out of the snow, appearing for the first time, killing Marak leaving Marak unconscious immediately. At which point you guys struggled for about 2.5 hours on top of the peak for a bit, fighting him off. Went to sleep, woke up the next morning. Worf was able to close the portal, which was driving the King Adme mad, which allowed you guys to complete the mission and capture King Adme. And if you guys remember, the capture King Adme awarded you an additional 50 gold piece, bringing your total reward pool to 200 gold piece each. It is now the next day, roughly 10, 11 in the morning. You guys have just defeated King Adme. Of course, it is... excuse me. Of course, you guys are still on top of the mountain, so while you're still up there in the mountain, those who had failed their fortitude checks the night before, which I believe was everybody but Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Are still technically a -1 to all your attributes.
Fatigued?
Yeah,
just -1 in general.
-1 in general due to slight suffocation.
Breathing.
So you'd say we're there's fuck you, Peter. Never mind.
Sorry. I apologize.
But yeah, either which way, you guys have this Yeti, a probably about 1,000-pound. Ooh, that's loud. Let's turn that down. About 1,000-pound beast to carry off wherever you need to. Back to I'd Summit, obviously. But it's up to you guys to figure out how you are going to accomplish this.
Matt, how far away are we from Hyde Summit?
I would need a survival check for that. A, for direction, and B, for distance.
I have a compass. I don't know if that'll give me...
That does. Yes, it does. It gives you a +1 to sense direction.
Okay, so I'm rolling a
Or
survival.
your
you said, Steve?
survival. Yes, it gives you a +1 to your survival.
Survival modifier. I'm adding just getting a circumstance bonus of 1 then.
Yep.
And here I go for my roll. Wow, that was miserable. Stuff.
So the rest of you, since you've all kind of gathered around this Yeti, yes, okay, perfect. Marak kind of pulls out the compass and pops it open and is kind of looking at it, and the needle's kind of pointing in a certain direction, but Marak kind of does like pokes his head up, looks to the left, looks to the right, looks back down. Fuck, you don't know where to go. Steve, you kind of do like the head over Marak's shoulders, looking at the same compass, kind of follow in tangent with him, looking to the left, looking to the right. Damn, you don't know where to go either.
Well, let me peek.
Worf, you stuck your head into the snow, thinking somehow wondering if what's your survival bonus, not your nature.
I noticed I rolled the wrong one. Hold on. I was just snipping.
All right, perfect. So yes, exactly as I was saying. So you got Marak and Steve both looking into the to the left and right, not figuring out. Worf thinks the best way to approach this is to shove his head in the snow, sensing the direction like foxes do. Dan, you kind of lick your finger, point in a certain direction, and you think you feel confident you have the best sense of direction.
I guess point over in the correct direction and be like, this way, my shallow breath companions.
What time is it right now, Maddie?
It's about 10 or 11 in the morning. The sun's getting up there.
So
Did
it's
we ever
early,
make a sled to drag the man down?
noon.
Sorry.
Noon time. No, I don't really feel like we did.
You did not.
Dan. You're right. Who's carrying the Yeti? Or we're gonna try and make like some sort of like sleigh.
I feel like making a sleigh and dragging, or even pushing him off in the right direction.
Oh, God.
We
do have to be alive when he gets to the bottom.
Can I get a survival check from everybody, or either a survival or a nature, whichever you feel more confident?
Hell yeah.
Okay, Worf, that's good enough. Worf, Marak, yeah, everybody. Okay, everybody's smart. Wait, let me make sure. Okay, everybody but Dan. Pushing the Yeti down the mountain would not be a good idea, because that's how you create avalanches. But using
Well, then we could just fucking ride it too, brother.
and get yourselves buried. Yes.
How do we feel about Hide Summon again? I mean, I'm just kidding.
A sled would probably be the best way to pull him or drag him, not push him.
Okay. I'd be willing to go ahead and either a nature or survival then to go find us some wood, because I did a bang up job last time when we were all hunkering down. What would you want from me, Matt?
Here,
And I guess
everybody give me an intelligence-based check. Let's. I'm gonna help you guys out here with this one.
Intelligence-based check.
Just do
How
an
do I do that?
roll and then
Any
add
of
your
your
intelligence.
skills that have it. Any of your skills, Ryan, that use intelligence.
Just let's see how intelligent you all are. Definitely
Which
not
one's
Dan.
intelligence?
That
And
sounds.
if we got a tree in your bag, and just hack it down and carve it into something.
All right, perfect.
Would religion be a...
Everybody else
Oh,
can
it's
stop.
wisdom.
Everybody else can stop. Marak, I don't know exactly what your plans are, but I'm gonna help you out real fast.
I'm ready. Hit me up with a DM god.
Probably the best way to make a sled for this thing is to use some type of tarp material, which you guys do have from said tent you raided the bandits in. Rolling the Yeti up, tying him with a 50-foot rope, and then dragging him, either 2 or 3 of you, or all 4 of you.
Okay, so
Just
we have the
something.
tent. Okay, so we have the tent,
I'll let you guys
and all we have to do is just like use the rope to make some sort of like thing to drag him with. Does anyone have any extra rope, or who? Actually, I do. I have some rope. I can go ahead and do that. What do you want me to roll, Matt? To like?
Let's get
Crafting?
Yeah, I'm done with
Would be
crafting.
crafting?
Yeah, I'd say see what you can do to craft him into a little sled. I'll be right
So
back.
I'm going to
20
assume
seconds.
one of you other burly creatures, Dan or Worf, or even Steve, I don't know, pushes this thing on top of it and go, let me get the rope. I got this. And I roll. Woo!
We're just making a Yeti burrito.
Yeah, essentially.
So Marak, you go ahead and slap your hands together, get a good bundle, roll up a Yeti burrito. You kind of get them tied up nice and good, and you feel pretty confident. You feel like this would actually work really well. You're used to making body bags out of the bodies you've piled up over the years.
Well, you just lash on some extra ropes and start dragging him down the mountain.
Let's do it.
Who's going to be the leader in pulling the Yeti?
Probably me.
Marak says, not I.
Could we ride in?
Probably not, because it's just like essentially a tarp. I don't know if that'll work. Someone will probably have to like pull him.
All right. I'll if no one else wants to, I will pull. But if he starts sliding, I'm gonna ride.
I'm pulling.
Oh, all right.
What's the size, Matt, of the Yeti again? Is it large?
It's God, I think it's huge.
Oh, it's that
Was it a
big?
2x2 or a 3x3?
I'm pretty sure it was a 3x3. Give me one.
I think that's
Yeah,
a 3x3
probably
Yeti.
3 squares, which is 15, buddy. Double checking. It is. Oh no, it's only large.
Okay.
It is only large. So
I'll just sit on Dan's shoulders if we need to ride the Yeti.
Well, I guess I just start pulling the whole crew along then.
Well, I'm not. I'm still walking. I'm walking in the snow. I'm not actually gonna get on this.
Alright, so Dan, let me get an athletics check from you, and then everybody else who's going to assist in pulling, go ahead and roll it as well.
Athletics.
Athletics, yes. Nice.
That's how it's done, baby.
So, Dan, you start pulling, and you've got a good go at it. You're digging your feet into that snow. You're really trugging along, but you feel like some excess weight has suddenly been applied, and while you're still able to make that trip just fine, you kind of do a glance back and you notice Worf's actually just digging his feet and being an extra resistance rather than walking with the rope, as he's trying to keep up due to the height difference that you and Steve provide in said rope.
We'll just let him have his fun.
All right. So over time, it kind of gets. You guys feel like you're making some progress as you kind of travel along the way, and a good 5-7 hours pass, and it's starting to get dark out. The sun is kind of setting past certain mountains, and
Can I pull out a torch?
Hyde Summit, it's just not in your sights, and without a survival check, has it gone completely black on you guys?
Close.
Just dim.
Okay.
Wait, do you guys have things on your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
mean, it's just
mine's literally just a gray square. I see all of our characters and then a chariot.
Oh, what?
Oh, you gotta
you're
go
on the
to
wrong
blizzard
page.
on the top corner, Thomas, where you see the anvil and the dice.
Yes.
Okay, there should be a. Yep. Yeah, you're on there with us, I think.
Are you using Mozilla Firefox?
I am actually.
You have to click on Blizzard.
Hold up. Should I just?
On the very top left, there should be something called Blizzard or Hide Summit.
Tony, Ryan, is the map illuminated for you guys now? Where I just added light.
Yeah.
Okay. Took out a torch.
But anyways,
Logging in. I'm relogging in.
okay.
Unless I don't know. This computer is also just like slowly dying on me. I feel.
I'm sorry.
Blizzard. I think I'm coming in.
Yes,
no,
you are.
dude. All right,
There
cool.
you are.
But anyways,
Hell yeah.
So you guys got walking what for feels like probably 7 or 8 hours, and you've been trudging along. You're definitely fatigued from pulling this creature for so long that your knees are about to give out, your breath's getting extremely heavy, and Hyde Summit is nowhere near in sight. And you all remember from making the trip not 2 days ago that Hyde Summit was at best maybe 5 hours out. And you definitely have unfortunately lost your way. But it is now about probably 7, 8 o'clock at night, and the sun has already set past the mountains, so light is extremely dim. You basically are given two options here at this point. You guys could take the break for the night, and try to make some shelter, or you could keep continuing, but I would need new survival checks to see if you can re-find your way.
What's going on with the Yeti?
That's a good point. Good question.
I imagine we just have him tied up, don't we?
Yes, you guys do have him tied up. He is currently still unconscious. And you don't know
Oh
why.
man, this guy's gonna have bad brain damage.
I mean, good thing we got magic healing, right?
He's not dead. He is sleeping. Or, well, he is breathing. He is there. But, yeah, you don't know what's going
Well,
on.
we don't have a tent anymore, right?
Yeah, we do. The Yeti's on it.
I know. Are we gonna I thought he's wrapped up in it, right? Isn't that part of what? Is it just the
We
ropes
can
that are
unwrap
binding him? Or?
No, because he has two things. He's got regular rope that you guys bound him with, and then we just put the tent, just wrapped him in the tent, just as a way to like drag him down the mountain.
All right.
I'm assuming we took the poles out of the tent. Otherwise, then that tent is just essentially a tarp at this point. It's completely mangled.
I mean, I don't know. Did you, Maroc?
I'm gonna roll a survival check to see if like I would have known to do that.
Okay. I'll allow that.
Yeah, I would have definitely known to do that.
Then,
Yes.
yeah, you still have the pulse.
Okay. Obviously it's really late out. I think we need to just hunker down here.
I think that's smart.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Do we all want to climb into the Yeti?
It's not dead. It's alive. It's alive. Do we know? Are we at risk of any other like exposure if it's getting to the night? So we're not going to have the sun to keep us warm. We need to be making a fire. What do we need to be doing here to stay warm?
Why are you asking me? I'll be a real god and just not answer that.
Then I will roll for survival to see what I would know about that.
I mean, yes, it is getting cold out, so you are going to start suffering from extreme cold temperatures, which means that, except unless you're wearing winter clothes, which is now severe cold. So in order to make sure you guys can have a comfortable, proper night, you would definitely need to keep into your winter clothes. Obviously, remove all armor in order to not, whatever.
Got fatigued.
But either shelter, fire, or both. You would require at least one or both of those.
Are we in a location that fire would be easy?
You are kind of in a valley for the most part. There are some trees around that you could easily access. And kind of where you are, I mean, the snow itself is so hard and harsh that, yes, you could easily build a fire right on top of the ice shelf and be just fine.
Oh, yeah. I noticed in my inventory, Maddie, I have a 4-person tent. Is that the one that we're using right now?
Let me double check, because if Maroc doesn't have
Because I
it,
remember I wanted to take a tent, but I don't know if that's the one we're specifically using.
that
Patty, I did not rent a tent. I don't
Yep,
see a tent
nope.
in my inventory.
then yes, that is the tent that you guys are currently using. Thomas, yes.
Okay. Well, I will at least start building a fire, and preferably like along a like cliffside or something, so we have some shelter from like wind and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
we have
Do you
wood
have
to do
wood?
that?
I don't have wood. I do have flint and steel.
I got an axe. There's some trees nearby. I'll make
By
some wood.
do it.
golly, athletics check that wood. Make sure you can actually get a good tree or two down. Thomas, are you helping Dan out, or are you just sticking by?
At least I'll join by for helping carry, but I don't think I have anything to chop.
Boom. Dan, you're able to fell a tree easily. You get chopping up, so you got some firewood. Worf, go ahead and give me a craft check. Make sure you can actually build a suitable fireplace. Basically,
I'm gonna-
anything better than a +1, or anything better than a 1, you should be. Yeah, that's substantial enough. You're able to make a crude yet sufficient fire pit. You guys put the fire together, use your flint and steel. You've got a fire going along the cliff face of one of the mountain's bluffs. The Yeti is, as you guys have noticed over the travels, is rather undisturbed by all of this. Still breathing heavy, but not showing any signs of consciousness. But you do have a fire.
Should we sleep in shifts to keep an eye on the Yeti? Maybe one of us sits on his chest and he starts waking up, just bop him as hard as we can.
We should definitely sleep in shifts just in case there's other creatures out here too.
All right.
Matt, did we ever figure out those bandits that we saw? Did we ever figure out why they were there?
No, you killed them before you did it. Before you could find anything out about them.
Typical Barack. Sounds about right.
So who is taking?
Should we sleep in doubles, or do we want to just do one at a time?
Ooh, that's not a bad idea either.
One's probably enough because all you gotta do is just alert the rest of us.
Scream.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop in my bedroll.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
Sure, I'll be second.
Just kick me when you need me.
All right.
Roll over and try sleeping.
I do apologize. Who is first?
Me,
Okay.
Steve.
Okay. Let's do this real fast.
Why can't I find winter clothing in here? Oh, Peter.
All right, Ryan. About 2 hours have passed, and the Yeti is still remain undisturbed. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
All right.
Nah, everything
10.
seems. Yeah, you're kind of just zoning out a little bit. But for the most part, you're doing your diligence, keeping the Yeti, or keeping an eye on the Yeti, but you don't really hear anything. So you go ahead and wake up the next person. Who was the next
up
person on the
Dan.
shift?
It's a me.
And
All right. So, Steve, you fall asleep easily. Dan, you're kind of keeping an eye on everything. The Yeti seems quite unperturbed by everything going on. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
19.
19. Okay. So about an hour and a half into your shift here, you hear some howling nearby, not terribly nearby that you feel immediately threatened, but enough that there is some concern. The fire is still going. The Yeti is still sleeping, but...
Oh, just keep an eye out and maintain the vigil.
Okay, fair enough. Your 2 hours are up. It is, time for the next rotation. Who are you waking up?
I totally forgot who the order was. Sure, we'll pick on Tom. He can wake up.
All right. I am. Did you say Maroc or Tom?
Tom,
Okay.
keep an ear out. There may be wolves in the area.
Heard bird. Or wait, you're not the bird. Never mind. Get some sleep, Dan. Dan. I'm gonna sit on the Yeti's arm, and that way I'll know if he wakes up.
I lost my controller. There we go. So you're sleeping on the, or not sleeping, you're sitting on the Yeti's arm. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please. Yeah, wow, you weren't kidding. Dan wasn't kidding. There are definitely some howling.
We seem close. Like anything to worry about or no?
Actually, yes. Hold on. I'm getting some weird buzzing.
Yeah, I am too.
Oh, there we go. It just went away. Sorry. But,
All right.
is it me? Hold on, I'm gonna individually mute people. Okay, that's just weird, really weird. Anyways, yes, it definitely sounds like it's getting much closer to you. You have low light vision, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Give me a second. Activating a scene. Woo! Whoa. What the fuck?
Ooh. Oh, that is a big Yeti.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
Yeti.
I thought this was a planet. Sorry, the way it's like structured. It's like, oh boy.
No.
Wait, I'm only seeing like a quarter of this map.
You're supposed
Same.
to only see it's dark out right now.
No, well, I have dark vision, but also like the circle. I see like a quarter of the circle.
Oh, you have dark vision?
Yeah.
I thought elves only had low light vision.
Yeah, but I have
Okay.
ancestry or feet or something.
Let me change that then, because yeah, you definitely should
Yeah,
have.
because I'm a cavern elf.
Okay, there you go. You should definitely have much more vision now.
But I mean, like, I have less vision now. Hold on a sec. Let me reload this.
Either way, yes, the howling does sound like it's a lot closer to you, and it's kind of turning into a more growl aggressive sort of sound. Go ahead, or actually, give me 1 second. There we go. Just barely out of the distance of where your vision could barely catch, you do see it looks like at least one wolf approaching you. Go ahead.
Is it approaching with a 10 or is it just walking in our direction?
It's definitely approaching with a tent. At this point, we would have to roll perception as initiative, unless you wanted to do something else as your like first round action.
Yeah, I'll just yell boys.
Everybody else roll perception, but take a -4 to your initiatives. And
that was my initiative, right? So don't roll.
no, still roll
Or do you-
perception as initiative.
Okay.
Yep. So let me get you guys battle ready, except for the Yeti. Ah, shit! No, that was the wrong thing.
We are.
There's no
The
active
Yeti is a
encounter,
part
so
of
I
it.
can't roll
Yeah, that's what I
initiative.
have too.
Yep. Hold on. I'm initiating. Toggle combat state.
Taco combat?
Oops. Get Zan.
So this
whatever.
wolf is approaching with the tent. Is it just trying to camp with us, or what?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, no.
Why you're barely waking up.
You're so stupid, Ryan.
And then Maddie, we're rolling perception as you said initiative.
Yep, but with a -4 because you guys are sleeping.
had your tent under the Yeti. Looky what I got.
Take 4 off of mine.
Oh shit! I have to roll. Sorry, not my computer.
Fine, you should be next time. You can just go in there where it says add circumstance bonus, and you can just add one when you roll Maroc 17.
So Worf,
Oh, I see it.
because you're the one awake, you get the first action. You see at least one wolf approaching you.
Okay, I'm not on my computer right now, so I will at least draw my weapon.
Okay, first
And-
action, you draw your weapon.
I'm gonna overall just fuck. Do you have the ability to roll for me, Patty?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of strike a pose and start growling to intimidate it.
So
and
you're
see
gonna
if it's-
intimidate? Okay.
Yeah, just scare it off.
I believe you have. How is that not something you have automatically? Give me 1 second. Demoralize. Browse. Action. Demoralize. There we are. Add that to your list of actions. And yeah, so you kind of puff out your chest and give a mighty little growl. Oops. And yeah, nothing against that wolf. That wolf just has every intent to do whatever it wants to you. You have one action left.
Very nice. Is everyone waking up? Does it look like?
They are definitely stirring. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna leave everyone. I'm just gonna sit. I'll ride this one out.
Okay, pass off your first your one action. Do you want to ready anything like as it approaches? You can strike.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, so you'll ready.
I
your
just
action.
don't want to charge in because I don't know if it has a pack or not.
Okay, Steve, you are up. You definitely heard.
Have I regained any HP from sleeping?
No, not yet. You haven't had a full night's rest.
Alright.
But yeah, you definitely heard Worf kind of shout at everything and jury-eyed and rubbing the boogers out of the eyeballs. You are currently lying prone, so you need to spend an action to get up and then another action to draw your. Well, you don't have weapons, so it doesn't matter. But you'd have to spend an action to stand up.
Alright.
And obviously,
I'll stand
from your vision, you do see 3 wolves approaching.
I will stand up, and then I will. Oops. I'll use that,
Okay.
and then.
Oops. All right, I did it for you like an idiot. Yeah, continue.
All right. I will move up as far as I can.
Perfect. Dan, your turn.
Ah. Wake up and look around. Where the hell are the wolves at?
You do see Steve approaching. Looks like northwest or north. Yeah, northwest currently.
Well, we'll try something, and we'll just pull out some meat rations I got and just yeet it out in his distance and see if it distracts them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a deception roll.
I really hope that since you can't see me, I just get smacked in the back of the head by a giant chunk of meat.
So you throw a piece of meat I don't know if you can see my little drawing there, but that's just what we're going to use because I don't have a token ready for meat ration. But you don't see anything approaching it, at least, well, it's not even in your range. I will say it's more like here, but either way, yeah, you don't see anything approaching it quite yet. You spend an action to get up, you spend an action to draw the meat ration, you spent an action to toss it. So we'll continue onward. Ryan, you're starting to approach the wolves, but one wolf does get up to you. Oops, there we go. And it goes to attack you. It's going to...
Good luck.
It's going to use its jaws to crunch on your arm. Does a 26 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. You take a meaty 6 as you feel its maw or jaw bite down hard on your arm. And while it's got you, it's going to try to pull you down as well, try to grapple you.
Good luck.
Oops.
Does
know
it do
why.
anything for that?
Hold on. No, he does. Oh, and he does. He's got you grabbed currently. So,
Jeez.
the next wolf is going to run past the two of you and go for Worf. He's going to bite down on Worf with its jaws. Runs, jumps, clamps onto his arm, or attempts to, fails miserably, is knocked prone, and
Oh, nice.
hurts itself in its confusion. Marak, it is your move.
So I'm prone,
Yep, you are currently prone.
and I'm gonna play it that I definitely would have taken my armor off in the middle of the night, or like when I went to bed.
Yep.
So I also don't have my armor on me.
Correct.
So I want to make sure that that is only to the worn status, not the worn armor status. Fuck, my AC's low. Okay, so Maddie, how many actions will it be me to remove said torch? Because I'm gonna assume the torch is probably still in my backpack.
You can... Oh, you want to pull a torch out?
Pull the torch out, light it, and then toss it. Is that gonna be...
That's too many actions. You would have the opportunity to dig into your backpack, one action, pull it, equip it in one hand, 2 actions.
Oh, hold on. Isn't just digging in my backpack to grab it one action?
I thought I remembered something more like it's 2 actions to pull it out of your backpack. Like to be able to pull it out and use it. Because you have to pull out your backpack, 1 action, dig into it, and pull out the torch.
Oh,
Second
shit, you're
action.
right.
Third action is to
didn't
light the
we look that
torch.
up last time?
Yeah, we looked it up
did
last
that,
time.
You're right. Damn it.
So
Well,
all 3
hold on a
actions to
second.
light the torch.
Can I say this? Hold on. If we're laying down, I'm laying by my shit. I'm prone. I don't have to set my backpack down. I'm laying right next to it. Is that okay? Like, get away from that action or no?
We'll let the DM gods decide. They decided in your favor. Yes.
Okay.
2 actions.
Fair enough. Okay, so 1 action to just grab the torch. 2nd action to light it. And then I want to toss it.
Toss it at a wolf?
No, I just want to toss it somewhere, like probably near Steve.
Okay.
Area.
Give me a acrobatics, a ranged throw essentially, or a ranged attack. See how well.
So you want a ranged attack or an acrobatics?
Ranged attack.
Ranged attack
Oops.
is just going to be my dagger, more than likely. Roll with your dagger, Peter Joe. Yeah, they're all going to be the same. Here we go.
Okay. So you did throw it, but not quite as far as you have liked. But you do at least have hold on, I gotta count the feet. You do at least have a source of light out. But that
You
brings
get to
us.
see where the torch is.
No, I don't have tokens for these kind of shits, you guys.
No worries. At least I can see now.
The last wolf's action is up. He's gonna charge in, go for a grab Steve.
Good luck.
You gotta stop saying that. But he runs up to you. He goes to grab and bite down on you while you're pinned down,
Ooh.
and hurt itself in its
That's
own
sad.
confusion. He kind of biffs himself hard with that, and yeah, never mind. Up to the next. Thomas, you're up. You've got a wolf right next to you trying to bite you, but it failed miserably and landed on its neck.
Cool. I'll take advantage and stab it with the sword I had drawn.
Did you? Are you still at not at your computer?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you want to do it then?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Wait, what did that just do? Did that just show off my? That's what I'm going to be using.
Actually, hold on. Let me help you out real quick. Hold on. Let me help you out real quick.
The little strike thing.
He's
Oh,
got
there it is. Okay.
sheath. Oops. Draw.
Wait.
I'm
what's going
sheathing
on
your.
here?
There you go.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
I'm sheathing your long spear.
That's my
Alright.
roll then.
That definitely hits him. That's actually a critical.
Hell yeah.
So actually, we're gonna delete that. Click the critical button.
Clicking critical button.
Boom. So you stab him pretty good. You feel a nice crunch as you draw your rapier into his ribcage. You have 2 actions left.
All right, then I'll just keep on stabbing.
You pull it out again. Go right for that jugular, and you got a critical again.
Holy shitters!
What the fuck are you? Oh, what? Why did that?
That first one, he rolled it as an unarmed attack.
Oh,
Instead of a rapier attack.
that makes a lot more sense.
Wait, what happened?
Well, either way,
The
it's
first attack, it doesn't matter.
yeah. You rolled unarmed strike instead of
Oh,
rapier.
how did I do that one?
I don't know, but yeah. So
Oh, well.
you pull out that rapier, you go right for the jugular, and you feel that crunch like when you land your bomb lance hits. Oh, it is dead. But 2
Hell yeah.
wolves definitely have
I
Steve
will-
pinned down up ahead.
I'll use my
One
last
dice.
round to get myself right here with Steve.
Okay, Steve, your turn. You're currently grabbed.
Yeah, what do I do to...
You have to
Get out
roll.
of that?
Basically, you have to roll athletics to get out of.
Alright, then I shall
well-
do that.
Actually, if you attempt to manipulate action while grabbed, you must succeed a DC 5 flat check. Otherwise, yes, an athletics to get out of grabbed.
Alright, I was gonna do that athletics to get out of grabbed.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to pull yourself out.
Alright, and then... I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
Okay, which wolf are you striking?
The one that was grabbing me.
Okay, so that's this one. Go. Critical.
26 hit.
Oh yeah, it's a critical.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, dude.
Ooh, nice.
And then I gotta do the B4 for bleeding damage.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, it's not. Is it going to be persistent bleed or just regular bleed?
Persistent bleed.
1. Alright, and that was just the first
That
part
was just
of my
the first
flurry
hit.
of blows.
Yep.
Does the 25 hit?
Critical again.
Damn.
Ooh, yeah. You literally you just punched its own face, like its nose is now inserted into its skull. Your flurry of blows were so
Furious.
quite literally just a bloody mass on the floor now. But you got one more wolf, and you've got 2 more actions?
One more action.
One more action.
I had to use that acrobatics to get out of that one.
That's right. Yep, one more action left.
Does the 14 hit?
A 14 actually does hit, yes.
Critical? I'm
It's
kidding.
no, but you give that and the other wolf's kind of like scared of you, but you roundhouse kick it, as you kind of dance back. Dan, it is your move.
We'll just grab my big old great axe and use a sudden charge to stride twice and slap a dog.
Yep.
Yeah, you.
Critical.
Hey.
Everybody roll perception.
Okay.
All right, so Jesus Christ, the 3 of you hear a growl, a roar, rip the sky as a grizzly bear comes bounding out from behind the trees.
Oh my god.
It is Marok's move.
Okay, shit just got way more interesting. Okay, so Marok is going to first hunt prey on the bear.
Yep.
And then including with that, I'm going to go ahead and do my recall knowledge. I'm going to use Lore Master, Matty Patty. I can use that on any recall knowledge.
Correct.
Okay, and then this is recalling knowledge on a hunted prey. Okay, there's 26. I don't know, is that a critical success or no?
That is... Hold on. That is not... well, so how did we figure this out? Because it is... Yeah, it's a critical. It's a 16, so you got a 26. Yep, it's a critical.
Okay, cool beans. So I'm going to unsheathe my bow. I'll look that up here in a little bit while we're doing this stuff. And then, so that was my second action. Third action,
You want to know the stats?
will in just a second here. You can get those things ready to go for me. Is this a tree right here?
Is what a tree?
This thing right here I'm pinging.
Yep, that's a tree.
Damn, I'm gonna have to stand up eventually.
Yes, you
Third
are.
action, stand up.
Yep.
All right, tell me
So-
their stats.
Let me remember how we were supposed to do this. Give me 20 more seconds.
I'll find
Recall knowledge. I got it pulled up already.
it. Okay.
So you obviously know it's a grizzly bear. You are trained, so you get 4 pieces of information. You know the grizzly bear is obviously very hardy, so it has about 45 hit points, 19 for its AC, with no immunities, no weaknesses, no resistances. It's just your
Offensive
typical bear,
abilities.
so it's very high in fortitude, but pretty slow on its reflex. A plus 12 for fortitude, but a plus 6 for reflex. Moving to the top of the round, then it's got the grizzly bear. The grizzly
And then
bear.
as a free action, Matt, I shout out to everyone, hey, there's a weak spot right over there on its butt. So the next attack that any of them do, they get a +1 circumstance bonus to attack.
Nice. I don't want to close. God damn it. Whatever. The grizzly bear is going to jump on down towards you, Worf, and it's going to use its claws to go ahead and just shiggity shank you a little bit, beat you down, but miss. Doesn't like that, so it gives a mighty roar and goes ahead and tries again to really hurt you here and fail miserably. So, never mind. So far, so good, but it's now right next to you, and you're up.
Oh yeah. Can I position myself to its booty and start stabbing?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you
That's gonna
actually
be the
want
move
to?
then.
You want to move to it? Move it.
Oh, I mean wherever its booty would be.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the hit that Peter was talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get your plus one. Then.
that was just flavor, Tommy. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
All
You're
right,
good.
well,
You're
just
good.
being
I'm still gonna aim for the booty.
All right, nice. 19 does hit.
Like that's the cusp, right?
That is the cusp. So it definitely as it got a rapier shoved right up its booty. You got 2 actions left, sir.
I'm gonna not stab its booty this time and try stabbing other spots. I don't know if that's what that sound you just did was. Here we go, though.
I mean, would you rather
Oh.
that second
shitters.
hit, you can't quite get it. You go and try to take it out and stab right at it again, but it kind of knows your positioning and is like, no.
All right,
Just make sure
my
you're
last
keeping
turn.
on when you roll to hit the second one, where it says, because you're
Oh,
still
cool!
doing-
I didn't notice that. That's awesome. I was just, relying on mentals. So, wait a second. Okay, so second one, and then the third is the +1
Correct.
thing. Awesome, that's really convenient. For the last one, I'm going to try and intimidate it.
Okay.
I'm just going to
Go
puff
ahead
up and scream. I'll make like fist claws.
Go ahead and throw me a demoralize, sir.
Is that just rolling intimidation, or is there something
Nope.
else there?
It should be under actions. Actions, demoralize.
Rock and roll.
And then...
Am I just showing it off again?
Nope, I got it for you, don't worry.
Oh, cool.
Ooh. It is frightened too. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
You did a mighty puff of your chest to match its roar, and it kind of backs down just a bit. But it is Steve's round.
All right. I'll go there, and then do I also get a +1 bonus to my first hit,
Yep.
or was it just we each do? Okay.
It's every single one of you on your first hit against this
Ooh.
creature.
We forgot the
All
fact
right,
that you're
so
all
I'm gonna do-
fatigued, but we'll continue on.
Oh, shit,
Two
that's
flurry
right.
of-
I'll add the condition.
flurry of blows.
Well, critical. Go ahead and. Jesus Christ! All right. Oh.
And then bleeding damage. All right.
You like did a double tap right in the same wound spot in the butt that Worf had made earlier. As you.
I'll go for another punch with the second part of my flurry of blows. Let me. Okay.
Not a critical, but you definitely hit. You pull out the hand right from where you landed the first hit. You take the second one and you jab it right in that same spot, and it just.
Ooh!
Go ahead and
Wait,
take. What?
Why did it only? Oh, is it dead?
It's
Wait,
dead.
Okay.
Yeah, it is dead.
Who's bloodthirsty now, Steve?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Me killing this grizzly bear that came out of the woods and slashed at us was the same as you trying to push a dude off a cliff. We challenged us to an unarmed duel.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh.
So murder.
Go ahead. Everybody take 60 experience points.
Yes, sir.
Whew. But yeah, you guys were able to deal with that
Level
real
up.
quick. Everything else just kind of stills out for the everything kind of just stills out for the rest of the night and goes silent for you.
As long as we're waiting out the rest of the night, can I kind of carve up the wolves and bears, acquire some pelts and meats?
Is it so? Is it
I have
was
to
it
do
your
my
watch
walk.
turn, right?
No,
It was mine.
that already happened.
Oh, it had already happened. Yeah, give me a crafting check to see how quickly you can slice them up.
Pretty
Oh
20.
yeah. Oh yeah. You take that knife and you and it's that fucking Red Dead Redemption 2 where they just are able to skin a wolf in 6 seconds.
You just got to think of it like you're helping them get out of an overly hot sweater.
Exactly. You rip their pelts off, you throw them in your bag. It takes you 20 minutes. And yeah, you've got 3 wolf pelts and 1 grizzly pelt and at least 3 days worth of meat rations. But the rest of the night rounds out pretty well. Steve, wait, it was Steve that was watching?
No, it was Barack.
Marak watching. Okay. Well, either way, it's 10 hours later, and sun does come back up for you guys, and you all feel wow, you all feel well rested, and you are no longer fatigued. It is probably about 8, 9 in the morning. The Yeti, you don't need a perception check on this. You can obviously tell the Yeti has been undisturbed by any or all of this. He is just still sleeping away.
Way to go, Yeti.
How much HP do we give him? Or did we already do that?
So HP from sleeping. Peter, do you recall it off your hand real quick? 'Cause
Yep,
I'm gonna
I
just
have it
follow it.
all. Yep, we got it all right here. Okay, for resting rules, we decided if you are in a bedroll or a shelter, you get normal, which is just your con times your level. If you're in a bedroll and a shelter, it's +1 to your constitution and then times your level.
It's just regular shelter at this point, so it's just your con times your level.
Unless we have a bedroll and a bedroll.
Your
Yeah,
con
well,
modifier,
no,
right?
Correct, your con modifier.
in the you guys weren't in any shelter. I'm considering the fact that you at least used some fire and hopefully a bedroll to get the normal modifier.
Okay, got it. I'm down with that. I'm at full. I'm assuming
There's
Matt,
no shelter.
my HP on my linked character said full before the battle. Was that what we were supposed to be at, or were we supposed to be at our HP after the Yeti battle?
You're supposed to be at
Well,
your
mine was after the Yeti battle, so I'm assuming you must have healed after it.
Okay, maybe I healed after. Okay, maybe I did that then.
I don't think you got hit again because you ran off down around after patching yourself up and then came up and then did like 3 attacks to the Yeti and killed it. So I think you were healed because you had healed the night prior and just never got hit. But your actor data is linking. I know that.
Okay. Then I've got
Oh, wait, there's a rest for the night button.
my armor on, all that stuff. Maddie, I'm going to do what we talked about and do my quick study, my daily prep, and have that one skill.
Yep.
My skill I'm going to go ahead and do for the morning. Where the hell are my proficiencies? So I need to add that to Lore Master. And it is called Heidi Summit.
I didn't realize there's that little symbol of the dude sleeping in the bed next to the HP. If you just click that, it just automatically does it.
Oh, that's cool.
Rest.
For the night. Oh, bitchin'. Oh, focus point. Oh, shit, it does all of our stuff for us.
Yes, it does.
That's pretty bitchin'.
All right.
Skills.
So you guys pack up the pseudo campsite you had. You get everything bundled back up. I'm assuming you all put your armor back on, get all nice and tied up here. About an hour later, you feel ready to hit the road again. However, as you guys recall from last night, you definitely got off the beaten path, and you don't really know quite where you are. At this point, it is of course, we're going to require some survival checks. However, Marak, if you want to use your Hide Summit lore skill instead, you could use that as a means to find your direction. We'll role play this in a minute.
I actually don't think. I think the Hide Summit's going to be the exact same as all the others. Oh no, it's a little better. Yeah, I'm going to definitely do that one.
You get a more likely success with it, anyways, because it's more specific.
You know, does having compass and the tracker goggles stack? I guess it probably doesn't matter at this point.
It matters, Tony, if it'll probably be both our circumstance bonus, so probably not.
So,
Okay.
Steve, we'll start with you. Steve, you know the direction is that way, and you're fairly confident. Hold on.
We got off track, yes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, give me 20 seconds just to get everybody else. Dan, you really don't know which way to go. But Marak, you know exactly where to go. And so does Worf. But obviously, go ahead and roleplay it out.
All right, you guys, I know we got off track yesterday, but I know where we are now. It's definitely that way.
It's actually this way, and I will knock you unconscious and bring you this way. I am 100% certain.
I mean, Steve, I don't mean to be rude, but yeah, I remember talking to some of the locals yesterday, and you're totally right. We totally backtracked. I didn't think about it till this morning. I just needed some rest and to think, but yeah. Worf is right. We got to get going this way.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. If you guys think it's a good, yeah, let's. I'm good with that.
I was totally gonna say the same thing.
I like to believe that Worf and I were both pointing in opposite directions. And Steve is like, "Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, let's just go that way. That's a great idea. Totally."
No, but luckily both you and Worf did point in the right direction. It was Steve who was pointing in a completely opposite direction, and Dan was just resting on his axe like, yeah. So who's gonna? I'm assuming we're back to the same poll. Dan, you're gonna take lead.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and give me that athletics check.
Not fatigued or taking any penalties anymore, are we, man?
Nope, you are fully rested, and you're no longer on the top of the mountain peak, so you feel much better. Dan, you get a kind of a slow and heavy start. But Steve kind of starts helping you, and you're kind of pulling a bit better. You're really digging in your heels. Suddenly, Worf just kind of hops on the rope and once again just lets his feet dangle so that they kind of drag into the snow. And you are making quite about half the speed of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really feeling, and you know within 4 hours you're going to be fatigued again.
How far away from the town are we?
Well, you don't know that, but the two other boys do.
Pardon me. Yeah, can I? What is it? How far away are we?
Is Dan asking that, or is he asking me?
I'll do both.
Okay. Marak, you know that if you guys get on the direct path straight and you don't run into anything, you're probably about 3 hours out.
Okay. You said in about 4 hours at our current speed, we might start getting fatigued. Got it.
The three that are pulling, yes.
But we get there.
Only the three that are pulling.
Correct. But
Everybody other than you.
exactly.
Keep on the course.
So yeah, you guys get pulling, and you're digging through. You're kind of going up a hill, down a hill, everything feeling pretty good. And you finally get back over one of the peaks, and you find yourselves finally seeing Hyde Summit, not too far off in the distance itself. And the peaks, the huts and everything are looking very welcoming. You finally can drop off this Yeti, get back off the mountain, get back into some warmer climates. Everything's
Did we
feeling a
pass
lot better.
those guys that Did we pass the guys that Maroc tried to murder already? Or
Not yet.
are they
At
coming
least,
up?
at least you
Okay.
don't see them quite yet. But you finally, you're getting closer, and you see two guards that are not Senshi and Haisha, kind of approaching you guys from us on the other side of the bridge, kind of waving you down. And
I'll wave back at them.
yeah, the two guards kind of approach and, well done. You even brought the Yeti back with you. Masayoshi will be quite proud indeed. Well, why don't you leave the Yeti here with us? We'll take him in town for you. And if you actually head across the bridge, there are two other men who would like to take care of you real quick before you get too far back into the village.
Maddie,
Yeah.
before we hand off the Yeti, am I allowed to make a sense motive?
Of course, 100%.
Just a regular perception. Yeah, 18.
You as a character obviously are not trusting of humans in general, but you don't have any reason to doubt their trustworthiness. You are back in the village. These are clearly guards wearing the same colors as all the other guards you've seen and come across in Hyde Summit. As far as you can tell, there's no reason to not trust them. Besides the fact that they're human.
I believe that they want to, that they're going to do what they're saying to do. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as far as you don't have any reason to doubt them besides the fact that they're human.
All right, thanks, guys. This thing was pretty heavy. Wouldn't mind leaving it with somebody else.
So you guys drop
And
off.
then, where did you say you guys wanted us to head to after this? Talking to the guards.
Yep. Oh yeah, you see those two men over there? Just follow, sorry, not men. You see those two ladies over there? Just follow them and they'll take you where you need to go.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I take it you guys are crossing the bridge then?
Yeah.
Crossing away.
All right, so you guys cross over, and these two ladies, without saying anything, give you a very proper, respectful bow, and one just says, "Follow us. We shall get you cleaned up." And they lead you to a hut on the other side of the bridge, not too far from Hyde Summit, but definitely buried into the mountain somewhat. And it's a giant wooden hut, and you can actually give me a perception check real fast, just for shiggles.
All or
Yeah, whoever wants to take a look around. Oh, never mind.
Stop moving my dice.
So Dan and just Dan. Yeah, you guys are like, oh, you guys are
Oh, shit,
kind of
that's
just following the ladies blindly. But Dan, you kind of see as you're approaching this wooden hut that there's definitely some steam rising up from around the other side of the hut that's kind of buried into the mountain, but kind of looks inviting almost. Ow. Sorry, that was not part of the bit.
direct my immersion there.
Yeah, I noticed. But anyways, so you guys walk into this hut, and it's a large wooden hut with many towels lining the shelves. There are several other women and a couple of men as well in this hut, but they're all wearing towels except for the two ladies that have guided you in. And several of the men and women approach you and start trying to help you out of your armor.
Maroc is, that's okay. Thank you. And he's kind of like putting his hands up in the air and kind of like waving them like comfortably.
I also am putting my hands up in the air, but I am accepting.
I'm not senile just yet. I can still strip myself.
So-
I'll allow them to.
So
Do it for me.
Worf and Steve, these a man and a woman are unbuckling your different buckles, or Steve at this point, since you're probably just wearing robes, is just untying your knots and letting everything just kind of fly free, and you feel kind of a sense of exposure, but a sense of freedom at the same time, as another pair of people come up and hand you towels. Dan, you of course take off your own armor, kind of getting a sense of what you're about to experience here. When another woman also hands you a towel. Marak, what are you doing? You see your party members undressing.
Oh God! No, I guess after Marak is seeing them get undressed, he would probably get undressed too, but he's not going to let other people touch him while that happens. So he does take off his armor, and you get to see his little corkscrew wiener.
Again.
Again. This is another time. I did not expect to have a character who exposes himself so often.
But yes, so you of course undo your armor as well, and two people take that armor and set it aside, and one hands you a towel as well, and you guys tie him up, or not. You do whatever you want with your towel. But the two ladies who originally showed you into this wooden hut go to the back end of the hut as well and open up the double set of doors. And from that, just opening that set of double doors, you feel the heat and moisture just kind of expel into the room, and you feel like, let's put it this way. Imagine the fact that you guys have just been dragging. You're both very, very cold and also very, very hot at the same time. You're exhausted, but you're freezing. Your feet are icy, but your head is just thumping. And all at once, just this wave of calmness and warmth and moisture just kind of bathes over you as you look past the double set of doors, and sure enough is a gentle hot spring where they bring you into. And you see at least a dozen other people kind of sharing the bath, as well as they just both tell you, please enjoy, and come back and see us when you're ready to leave, and we will give you back your armor.
Thank you. I'll head on into this.
So
Cool.
anybody who isn't already at full health, the moment you kind of let your body just absorb the heat of this water, if you're stepping in, of course you're not required to step in, but if you step in, those who are going to, you do feel this sense of vitality as your health regenerates back to full.
Oh, thank God.
Marak is, instead of getting in all the way, will just kind of put his feet in the water. Kind of just like, splish, 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 splish.
I'll
I throw my bar of soap at the bird. Make sure you're clean, bird man.
come on in, bird. The water is hot.
Normally, Marak is like really dexterous, and the soap just hits him right in the beak. And he just starts like awkwardly like soaping his talons, his like feet, and is like, is that good? I think that's good.
Gotta get the furthest too. God only knows how much gunk you've got in there.
And so then Marak kind of just like uncomfortably like slithers down into the water, and when he like gets down, he doesn't realize how deep it is, and he kind of accidentally like flails like, and like feathers kind of plop up a little bit, and then he like immediately like scrambles out of the hot spring, and it's like, and it's like dripping wet, and it still has like a death grip on the soap, and it's like, and then like slowly starts to lather up again the rest of his body.
Worf, I would like to imagine that over the years of just caked on filth that you've experienced in your life, when you fully dunk yourself into the water, you guys actually just see like this brown, oily, just muck kind of just like disintegrate off of him, and it almost like bubbles and froths. But a brand new, very clean Worf springs his head out.
What does he look like now?
I'm gonna need more towels. I'm just gonna say that. A side note, did I ever tell you guys my hot spring story from Japan? Because it's pretty much what Maroc just did.
Please do.
You have to strip down, like at the hot springs, and it's completely separated by sex. So it was just me and 3 really old Japanese men, and I like come out ass naked. And I want to look confident, but I get like nervous because it's also in a smaller town, and I have tattoos, which are like not like a kind of like a taboo thing there, you know. So it's like I was super like self-conscious, and I was like walked to the one they weren't in because I was like, at least here I could like sit alone and be like kind of like good, not noticing that it's not a hot spring, it's a fucking cold spring, and the hot one's the one they're in. So I step confidently in, it's fucking freezing. So I like jolt and fall all the way down because I slip on the rocks and just fall ass naked on my back and then just leave. I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna go back.
I thought you were, Thomas, going to describe like a scene between like Nick and that is he Korean or the Asian man from New Girl who Nick is like best friend.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about
They
that.
just awkwardly talk to someone who doesn't talk to you back.
No, the dudes they didn't laugh when I fell. They genuinely had no reaction. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm gonna go. It was beautiful.
Yeah, so you guys are fully bathed, and probably about an hour has passed, and maybe a couple of people have left, a couple of new people have come in. Give me a quick perception check just to understand what's going on.
Perception?
Yeah, just a quick perception. It's nothing important.
Matt says,
I'm just fucking poking my own bubbles.
Yeah, no, the 3 of you are just kind of just in your own zone, just relaxing and enjoying the time. You have no care of the public opinion. Dan, you don't really either, but you do notice that everybody that has come and gone and everybody that has seen you has a much more friendly composure towards you. Versus the last time you guys were here 2 days ago, where everybody was mean mugging you, everybody was kind of more, not necessarily hostile, but aggressive, or passively aggressive towards you. But the people who are seeing you now are definitely much more friendly, definitely much more accepting of you. But yeah, about an hour has passed, and I mean, you guys, those with human skin are starting to get wrinkled up. Those with non-human skin are, well, I mean, I don't know what a bird looks like when they're soaked for an hour, but either way.
oh, my feet have been soaking, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. Remember I lathered up my feathers? I actually haven't jumped back in to rinse off the soap, unless Dan has told me to do that. I'm still just sitting by the spring.
I was actually going to ask you about that. You rinse off, bird friend.
Okay. And so
Can't let the soap soak for too long.
I'm gonna assume it took like tens of minutes, Dan, for you to say that. Like I sink in and it does feel good, and then I realize I'm in water again, and then quickly scramble out. Again.
I'm just wondering if he's still the same color as he was before.
You were black feathered, right?
Oh yeah, I'm Barack does bathe, just doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a shinier black, but yeah, it's nothing like Dwarf. Dwarf has gotten through like a full transformation where you didn't actually know he was sort of a ginger, which is probably offensive to say. Oops, I'm sorry. His face was so caked in mud, you didn't really know what kind of dwarf he looked like, but now you definitely have a good idea. He hasn't seen sun in so
have,
long.
like, no hair.
No, that's Dan who has no hair.
That's right. He's the one that looks like a chemical burn victim.
Yes.
As was repeatedly assaulted by every person in the town until it happened.
Yep. But no, Literally, Warp is so pasty white because the amount of mud that has been caked on his body for so long. Sun has not pierced that part of his skin.
God.
But he's beautiful now. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. And so are the rest of you. But an hour has passed. You guys feel very clean, very relaxed. Probably a good idea to head on out.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to connect with Master Yoshi? No.
Yeah, out of the hot spring.
Yeah, you're just checking out of the hot spring. You haven't even seen Masayoshi yet.
Okay, my bad.
Get an out towel off and assist the bird if he doesn't seem to know how to do it.
Marak confidently walks over to the towels and is like, "This is my favorite part," and then starts drying off.
You guys walk back into the foyer and are handed your armor again, and you spend the next 10-15 minutes kind of buckling it all back up and getting your winter clothes back on, and you feel, not only do you feel well rested and well healed, you feel very vigorous. You feel confident as you walk back out into the very, very crisp, cold air as it stings your faces and any other exposed parts. But sure enough, one more bridge over is the keep, the main keep, as you all should remember, and definitely Marak, you will remember, is where everybody who is anybody in this town would be staying at, including, of course, Chief Masayoshi.
Okay. Well, as long as we have all of our gear and everything, let's head there.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys head on into the Hyde Summit, and now it's even more obvious. What Dan had noticed previously, you all notice. The dancing, singing, celebrations. Some people are even grabbing at you in a gentle, happy, friendly manner and kind of just dancing around you and singing and even praising you somewhat. And Chief Masayoshi immediately senses your guys' presence as you walk into the room and is kind of waving you guys down. Oh, come over here!
Okay. And I'll head over there.
Come on down. Price.
If they're all going to Yoshi, I will dance with the locals.
As you're dancing with the locals, Worf, go ahead and throw me a performance check.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no. This is well for us. Oh, God.
You can't carry a rhythm to that rhyme to save your life. You are dancing. Oh, yeah. Oh, Steve, you 100% see. You
I'm having fun now.
What looks like everybody else kind of dancing rhythmically and spiritually to all the different music. You just see what looks like a seizure from an elderly man in the middle of the room.
All right, so I'm going to see it, and I'm just going to be like, oh, man, I got to get him out of there. And I'm going to dance my way over to him and grab him and dance our way out of there. Can I do that?
Yes, please give me a performance check, yes.
I was just saying, there's no way he can just hand wave this. That's right. That's what we're talking about. Untrained improvisation.
So you kind of like do like the two-legged shimmy as you're doing the pet suey all over on your way over to Thomas, and the crowd is kind of like spread away from you two. Like, they're happy that you're there, but they're also kind of embarrassed. Like, what the fuck is this? But whatever. All right, if that's what their spirit bird tells them to dance like. But yes, Steve, you kind of like dance over to him. You started like a miniature conga line on your way back out. But as you guys are kind of dancing out, you're getting beer handed to you, you're getting food handed to you, and then at the same time, Tony and Marak, you're getting beers and wine and food just kind of handed at you if you want to take it or not.
And when Marak does see the two of them like dancing and kind of pulling this in, Marak does kind of just look at Dan and goes, "Oh, the last time they did this, they got into a huge bar fight. I actually don't understand why I was so bad. And Marak kind of like just looks at Dan and goes, he just did this kind of like dancing thing and like tries to mimic the dance that they did way back then. Fucking right. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You guys suck. Look at that.
Yeah, so Marak is trying to like mimic their dances and is actually somehow doing it better. Like he actually kind of understands the beat, but it's still a horrible dance altogether.
So Marak is doing the dance we did from the bar, not the dance we're currently doing.
No, the dance you're currently doing.
No. Marak was trying to do the dance that they did.
You weren't there though.
Oh yeah, you were asleep.
We've told stories, and I know exactly what he's trying to do, and it's I think he's trying to do this.
I imagine you do that like the double hand slap against your nuts, trying to be like, yeah.
Dude, I'm doing double time on that.
Steve, two people kind of like go over to you and are like, are you okay? Do you need medical attention? Can we help you, sir?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my friend out here before he embarrasses himself.
Boys! I love the spirit you all have, but I need to talk to you. Come on over here. Chief Masayoshi is yelling at you.
Do you like dancing?
I was never quite one for the floor.
Oh.
Dan Revolution.
That's a whole different meaning to Dan, all right? That's chopping a few heads off for his revolution.
Okay. You've never tried to dance? I mean, even I at least tried to do it. I wasn't very good at it.
I did it when I was younger and wooed all the lasses, but at last, those years are behind me.
Oh, wooed all the lasses? I haven't made it in a while. Maybe you should teach me how to do that sometime. Not the mating part. I know how to do that. The dancing and the wooing part.
You know, we'll find you a fine feathered friend one of these days.
Okay. Right. Did it look something kind of like this when you wooed them? And he kind of like shimmies his butt little feathers. Does it look like this? And then he like does this awkward like kind of then looks
Dan,
a little
or Marak, when you did that, hold on, let me just make sure. Yeah, when you did that, like you actually dropped a turd or two on the ground, and now everybody's kind of offended.
Oops, it happens sometimes.
I love that we entered this room and everyone was like kind of stoked to see us. So, we've just been ruining it.
The whole time.
I'm gonna write this down in our notes. Marak accidentally took a shit
on the floor
during their dancing.
Noticing and being the friend I am, I'm gonna try dancing over to it and kicking it under a table or a couch or anything that I'm near.
I'm just gonna turn to Masayoshi and try to get his attention before he notices it, even though he probably already has. I'm just like, so, Masayoshi, what's it?
Oh yeah, you definitely.
Fuck yeah!
You fucking.
I fucking ate that thing up.
Yeah.
Did a cartwheel and just slurped it.
But at that same time, your dance move ends with you grabbing the two boys, Dan and Marak, as Steve is already over at Masayoshi, squeeze their butt cheeks hard and push them towards Masayoshi to initiate the conversation you're supposed to be having.
Okay.
In a beautiful, like even some townspeople are just like, it's fucking beautiful, man. But Masayoshi is kind of laughing at the whole show you just put on, and it's like, you all have done absolutely beautifully in protecting our sacred mountain. We can walk the great path safely again, and it's all thanks to you four. You have shown bravery and courage beyond any compare. With this I say, you are as welcome upon these lands as our forefathers and mothers. You are one of us! And the village kind of applauds you guys, like, woo! bringing King Admi back alive was in short no small feat. As you've noticed, after he's been knocked unconscious, he's actually entered a dream state that has our clerics a little worried, but we imagine we'll eventually get him back up and running in no time. But either way, you guys shall be rewarded more greatly than ever before. Here is your bonuses. And he hands you guys, he pulls out a sack, and inside a smaller sacks, and tosses you each a sack of 50 gold. I will sign off on the work completed, and your guild will take care of the rest of the payments of what was initially agreed upon. As now you are one of us, you must enjoy a favorite pastime of ours. There is no objection. I expect all of you to join us in our celebrations the way Heidi celebrates. Join us in the arena for a display of the art of Kakudo. I need 2 of you to start off with. Choose your best warriors and meet me and the rest of our people in the arena upstairs in 30 minutes. And he stands up, and of course, this is a giant man, probably about 8 feet tall, half giant almost. And he just screams out, like, "Come, Heidi!" And all at once, the singing, the dancing, everything stops, and everybody just starts muttering excitedly. You can't really pick up on the words that they're saying, but they all just kind of, in a full, like, almost stampede-like fashion, run through the back doors that the chief is kind of standing behind. Or in front of, I guess. And all at once, suddenly, the whole place is just emptied within 2 minutes.
The battle or the arena that we're going to?
Yes, you didn't see where they went, but the chief is still standing there.
What was the name of it?
What was the name of what?
He said we want to participate in he didn't call it a gladiator fight, but he called it a specific name.
Yes. So you with your Hyde Summit knowledge can go ahead and roll it. Anybody else with society could also roll for it as well.
What about? Oh, never mind. Society. Do we have to be trained in society or just
trained in society? Yes.
That I'm not trained in.
Okay. Marak, just kind of digging deep in your brain, and you're like, Hyde Summit, I was reading through my journals this morning, and you saw the name Kakudo pop up at some point, and the only thing you remember gleaming from that is that it is a favorite pastime of Hyde Summit. It occurs almost weekly. But you don't know. Yeah, but you don't know what it is. You have no idea. It's just something that the Hyde Summit people do. You can't quite recall all of it.
Recall. Guys, I want to do this. You guys mind if I take one of the first spots?
Honestly, you guys, I've had bird droppings fried. I've scrambled them. I've eaten them just about every morning, but I've never just slurped them raw, and I'm not feeling all that good right now.
I could do.
No worries, children. I can participate in your stead.
I don't know a lot about customs, but you guys all saw that, right? When I accidentally shit on the floor? Saw that?
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, are you saying shit in birds that... What?
You said you've eaten fried shit. And that's what is that what you think they're going to go do? Is that what you think the cockadoo is?
Bird droppings. Isn't that what we eat every morning? Oh. The eggs isn't...
What? What?
Oh,
An egg is bird shit? It's not bird shit. What do you mean? What's wrong with you?
I'm just gonna go silent and maybe go heave in a toilet or a private location.
Go ahead and roll. Fuck, what is it?
God, Jesus, Tom.
Worf is learning today.
God, it's almost like Crave has been through all this before. Chief Masayoshi's just kind of standing there, just waiting for you guys as you're kind of talking amongst yourselves, and
I'll pair up with Steve.
he looks at Steve and Dan, and he says, "You two the finest warriors in your group, then?"
We're pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right, then follow me, and two of you also. The other two also follow me, but we'll get to that in a moment. And he heads back down this double set of doors, and I know you guys don't quite remember the layout from last time, but instead of following up the stairs towards his office / studies / private room, he goes down the hall further to the other end of double set of doors, which at this point would actually lead in to the mountain that Hyde Summit's keep is resting on. And he opens those double set of doors in, and without a perception check, you guys can just clearly hear this. You just hear chanting and screaming and stomping of feet as everybody seems to be riled up off in the distance. And he gets to an intersection, and he goes, Marak and Worf, go ahead and head on down there. Pick the best seats you can find. This will definitely be a wonderful show. Right. Steve, Dan, I'll talk to you over down this hallway. And he leads Steve and Dan. He leads you down to another hallway into a larger room that definitely seems to be decorated with spears, swords, shields, axes, just a bunch of different weapons and equipment. And he looks at you and says, "So, the art of Kakudo is essentially, well, in your language, it's... Jesus Christ, that was... In your language, you would consider it a sort of wrestling or boxing type maneuvers, or gladiator battles. Now, you can choose which one you would like to go with first. If you'd like gladiator style, totally fine. You guys can just have at it with any weapons and equipment you find on the shelves or on your bodies. But if you prefer, we always do love a little bit of a hand-to-hand rustle and tussle around here."
Like unarmed combat?
Correct.
I mean, I'm
Throw
cool
down
with
with the
unarmed
fisticuffs.
combat.
All right. Wonderful. We do love a good old-fashioned wrestling here. Well, I'm going to head upstairs. When you guys are ready, one of you pick the left, the other pick the right entrance, and we'll see you out in the field. Good luck to you both. And please put on a show.
Sorry, can we take a potty break?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just end it with that, for right now, while you take a piss break. But yeah, you guys go ahead and off into your opposite directions. And
Before we go
will
off,
load
I just gotta look at him and may the best man win.
Same to you. Oh man, I feel like I've got a bit of an advantage here.
Go ahead and use your bathroom there, Peter.
I got you. Taking you guys with me. I'm gonna mute you though.
Thank you.
You don't want the stream to hear you stream?
All right, fine. I like this map, man.
Thank you.
Also, been really liking the music. Every time we have a battle or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I've been kind of neat. Sorry, Ryan. I didn't know if you could hear me or not. There we go.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Actually, I will be right back to you.
Sounds pretty
One second.
healthy, Peter.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, got on the wall a little bit. That's okay. I'll just play.
It happens. It happens.
Not gonna lie. Did you have this problem with Zeph, Thomas? Where
What's
he would
that?
just, like, could piss all over the fucking place.
Well, what I liked doing was I would piss all over the place and I would blame him.
That's what I did when I stayed at Peter's house last time.
Blamed it on. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is not a joke. There have been a couple of times where I know I cleaned up piss after Wesley peed and I peed, And then all of a sudden Olivia goes to pee. I go into the bathroom and go, how the fuck is there piss on the toilet already? Sit down. There's no, like, this doesn't make any sense. Who did this? So, yeah, there you go.
God damn.
Are you guys, Peter, are you back?
I am back. I'm good to go. Oh, this is cool.
So,
That's kind of brutal. The only people here to watch us are Bud.
well, I didn't want to.
Okay.
I was going to, but I was like halfway through it, and I was like, man, there's so many NPCs. If you guys are gonna notice when I copy paste the same 6 tokens, fuck this. And I gave up.
Well, I would have expected names. Every single NPC too.
Oh, I know.
I like that we kind of spread ourselves out a little bit, where it's not like too sad looking.
Oh, well, then when Maroc sees that there's it's really crowded, they go, "I'm gonna sit next to you, Worf."
There you go. So, sorry. Give me my fucking notes closed.
Maroc looks at
But,
Worf and goes, "Remember where the bathroom was at? In the stadium? Do you remember where it was? Was it the third door?"
Didn't you just go on the dance floor? Like,
Hey, it was the number 2. I have to pee now. Where? You're not even near me. Okay, I'll find it. I'll go figure it out.
All right. Thank you all for coming to another Kakudo event. Guest starring our wonderful heroes who have saved us and King Adme. Now,
Wait,
sorry?
did you say King Adme's coming in here to fight too?
No, what?
no, they saved
No.
it. We saved it.
Shit! I thought you were like, yeah, these 2 guys are gonna fight with King Adme. I was like, well, good luck, boys.
Now, as you all know the rules, I shall repeat it for our 2 fine gentlemen down below. The rules of Kakudo are as follows. Our men must not grab clothing, the ground, or the head during a match. You are not allowed to lock or overlap the hands. You may not leave the arena without permission. You are not allowed to be unnecessarily rough or unsportsmanlike. You are not allowed to land jabs. You must show true strength in grappling. It is a proper wrestling, or sorry, he wouldn't say wrestling. It's a proper Kakudo match. May the best man win.
Alright, never mind. I misunderstood. I may not have as much of an advantage as I assumed I would.
So, Steve and Dan, let's go ahead and start with initiative, perception as initiative, of course. Unless you want to try to intimidate the other.
It's a fair fight.
Alrighty. So, Dan, if you have anything equipped, go ahead and unequip it at this moment. And so essentially what we're going to do is, Dan and Steve, you guys are going to essentially wrestle. And basically you're going to do grappling actions. And grappling, in this case, is dependent on the style of move you're going to attempt, and whether that would be more of an athletic performance or an acrobatic performance. And with that would be going against the opponent's fortitude. I'm going to actually have our interim referee, Thomas, decide if such a move would be considered dexterous or strength-based.
Me as in a person or me as in Worf?
No, you as in a person, Thomas.
Oh god, I have to play 2 characters at once? What if I want to cheer? If I want to throw trash?
You can do...
Yeah,
guess we're not wearing
you're
our,
definitely our resident like WWE like expert.
Yeah,
Too
you
bad
are.
it's
But also I feel like if you're like jumping at someone and kicking them or like picking them up to suplex them, let's
Yeah,
go.
athletics.
Let's go.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Dan, you're first.
Side value. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? We'll stop halfway in and then just prepare an action to, if he gets in fighting range, we grapple him.
Okay. Steve, your move.
All right. Can I use my first action to just like throw my arms up and do a 360, looking at everybody in the crowd, trying to get them all pumped up?
Of course. Everybody's kind of cheering and clapping you along. Give me a performance check to see how well you are kind of what do they call that? Fucking
Grandstaying?
no,
Pumping up the crowd.
hype manning. Let's see how well you hype man yourself. A 15. You don't get any bonuses, but people are kind of woo, yeah, Steve, I love you.
All right. And then, can I like run at him and do like a diving grapple when I get to him
Thomas,
for my other two actions?
Thomas, would you consider that athletics or acrobatics?
What do you mean diving grapple?
Like, so I'm gonna be here,
Yeah.
and then from here, jump at him, super Raiden style, and grab him.
So you're like
Right.
spearing him, or you're trying to grab and like wrestle from there.
I'm trying to like spear him.
Okay, spear's gonna be athletics.
Okay. So go ahead and give me athletics check there, Steve. Definitely not good enough. So you kind of you do that run and dive and you jump at him, but yeah, he's able to push that off right away. But Dan, your action is up. He is now within grappling range. So how are you gonna wrestle him down?
Well, if he's diving at me, I will just catch him and then lift him onto the air. And what's that wrestling move they call it when he drops down and he drops on your shoulders? Am I thinking of the right thing?
I'm peeing. Hold on.
It's a weird move. Yeah.
I might be remembering it wrong.
Recite it one more time for Thomas.
I'm gonna catch the man. I'm gonna brace him across my shoulders and drop down and smite him across my
So it's-
shoulders.
I mean, it sounds kind of like a weird backbreaker, I guess. I would say strength overall, though, because you're going to be holding them and bringing them down and supporting that weight on your body.
So go ahead and give me an athletics check. And the way we're going to do this is that for each successful athletics, basically for each successful wrestling move, it's going to be a 1d6 damage attack to see how well we stay alive. But Steve, what is your fortitude?
What are we? Oh, my fortitude is less than 27.
Okay, well, it's 19. So Steve, you kind of get thrown backward. Oops. You kind of get thrown backwards off of Dan's shoulders as he kind of grabs you and bam, pummels you back down.
As a free action, can I say ouch?
Yes, you definitely can. Give me 1 second. Do you have an unarmed attack, Dan? That you can roll real quick for me?
Silly question. Can I turn it into a power attack?
No. We're gonna keep it a simple 1d6 damage. Well, okay. Oops. So Steve, you feel it as you get slammed on the ground. Ow. Dan, it is your move. You get one grappling attempt. And we're gonna do it one action per person to keep things kind of flowing faster.
Got it.
Or one wrestling move, because obviously each wrestling move is going to kind of be of a setup. So, Dan, now it's actually your proper turn. You got Steve slammed onto the ground behind you.
Well, I'll pick him up with one hand as my other hand connects to meet him to punch him in the gut.
Okay, go ahead and I'm assuming that would be an athletics, Thomas.
Just a striking, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. That definitely blows through Steve's fortitude, so you're able to kind of pick him back up and jab him in the stomach. So let's go ahead and I'll just do it this way for you. So you do another 8 points of fortitude damage to him.
Damn.
Steve, you kind of feel a little sick in there from Dan's maneuvers. How are you going to counter it?
Can I attempt to jump over him and flip in midair, grab his shoulders, and then as I come through the flip, lift him up over me and slam him into the ground?
I mean, I kind of want to give the acrobatics to that one, just because it is kind of more of an acrobatic feat.
I was
But
gonna say it's both of them.
it kind of is, but we'll go acrobatics for this one, just because it's a little more acrobatic in nature. So go ahead. Ugh. So you go ahead and try to flip over him, tripping in midair as your head kind of collides with his own head, and you feel yourself just slam onto the ground behind him, hurting yourself in that. Dealing. Oh wait, actually, do an unarmed attack. Do an unarmed attack. Then need your bonus. That's fine. I'm just gonna roll the damage. Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Damn,
Oh.
every strike I've been getting has been max damage.
Oh, you're doing a 2d4 plus 4. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna use Dan's 1d4 plus 4. Sorry. There we go. 5. So you do 5 to yourself. Sorry, but it's Dan's turn again.
Yeah.
Dan, Steve tried to do a flip over you, tried to grab onto your shoulders to bring you down, but instead knocked his skull into your skull and slammed from behind you. And is laying prone currently.
Oh, Sapling, we'll teach you how to wrestle the bears one of these days. I'll just pick him up, toss him into the air, and let him land again.
Okay, so athletics, just a simple toss. Yeah. I'll roll the. Ooh.
Can I use Catfall to negate some of the damage from the fall?
Ooh, yeah, because he is just tossing you. So, yeah, and it's 25 feet shorter. So, yeah, you sustain no damage. You're able to catch yourself beautifully. But it is now, Steve, your turn.
All right. Can I use flurry of blows, or does that?
Nah,
Is
just
that not a thing?
we're wrestling.
Hey,
We're wrestling
Maddie.
here.
All right.
Yes, Thomas.
Do I see like any kind of like chair near me?
Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Don't worry. But,
Okay.
but yes, you do see some stuff that you could easily throw out there. Actually, you know what? God, I wish I had like easy tokens. I should have been smarter about this. Create item. But anyways,
Can I? I'm gonna be like, whoa, what's that behind you?
as a
Did it work?
deception. No, you did not deceive him.
I'm gonna try punching him anyway.
Yes, I'll allow that.
I'm just punching him already, assuming that worked, even though I've now realized mid-punch that it did not. The distraction, I mean.
So you kind of do like an open palm strike because this is wrestling. Um,
Sorry.
so you do land that blow. So we'll just do a regular 1d4. Oh, sorry. Hold on, I'll roll it for you. Why can't I no longer find the damage roll? So you kind of an open-fisted. Thomas, there are definitely some stools that are loose that people aren't occupying. If you want to grab one and throw it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it kind of at both of them and just yell, "Use this on that bread-headed bitch."
So I didn't draw a token, but if one of you wants to equip said stool, it has landed next to both of you. But it is Dan's round.
Well, for the turn, we'll see if we can catch his hand after he strikes me and, how do I want to say this? Pull him into another good gut punch.
Okay, so you're kind of doing like the he punches you, you're gonna grab it, and you're gonna kind of punch him open palm right back. Go ahead and roll athletics. Oh yeah, you definitely hit. Sorry, give me 1 second. Steve, you feel as your punch lands, you feel a hand grab your hand as he kind of pulls you back in and slams you with one of his own. And Steve, it is your turn. You do have a stool right next to you.
Do I know what the stool would what that would do for me in terms of attacking?
It would give you your full attack bonus, and it would do more damage. It would do 1d6 plus your strength.
Hold on. Did I already do a d6 of damage because I'm a monk, or is that not?
No, you're doing 1d4 because it's just simple wrestling. It's not. You're not actually fighting. We're keeping that part of the field fair.
I'll grab the chair then.
Okay, you grab the chair, and what are you gonna do with it?
I'm just gonna baseball swing it right at his side.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Oh wait, that's sorry. That was my normal attack. Is that what I'm supposed to roll, or do I do athletics?
No, an attack roll. That's what I was saying. That was the benefit of it. So,
okay,
Dan, you feel a swing of a, So how? I'm just gonna see if this somehow works for me. Oh yes, it does. Okay. So you feel a swing, and you just get bashed in the face with a stool as the legs kind of break off and the stool kind of splinters off. But it is your turn, Dan.
I'll just brace the hit and just give a big smile back. And it's like, now you're fighting with their claws. And we're just going to go in for the bear hug on him.
Ooh. Athletics. Yeah, I'm assuming you're going to, squeeze him. Ooh. That is a critical... Here, I'll roll it for you. So, Steve, you feel him just grab you and just... Oh, whoa, hold on. Let me redo that. Sorry, I did that way wrong. God damn it! One of these days I'll get it right. There we go. Okay, that's a lot more sensible. So you feel Dan just kind of grab you, squeeze you hard, and as you feel all the life force rush out of you, but it is your move.
So just roll. I just have to use my whole move to get out of the grapple, right?
No, it's just back and forth, random damages. I was just trying to see how flavorful you guys would be.
So am I still grappled, or I'm no longer grappled?
You're not in the bear hug anymore.
Oh, okay. Can I drop the chair and try to grab his upper body and get him into powerbomb position?
Yep. Thomas, would that be acrobatics or athletics?
That's 100% gonna be strength.
Okay. Athletics roll then, Steve. Oh, nice. Yep, you power bomb the fuck out of Dan.
Rolled like you've taken one before, Ryan.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
I don't know what paralyzed I was one time. When I was a young child.
Dan, you just got power bombed. How are you gonna handle that?
I still love the idea of us getting booked on like 9 p.m. news as 23-year-olds.
Oh, I guess I'll kip back up, but kicking him with my feet as I go back out.
So you're tripping him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Trip is acrobatics, isn't it?
Well, it's gonna be more like a technical thing. So, well, you're tripping him with your legs. Like, are you hooking a foot and then kicking against it to like trip him that way, or what?
I guess in my mind I was thinking, like, when they do a thing where you bounce back and stand back up.
Yeah.
But instead of just standing back up, my feet are landing in his chest.
So you're gonna that's gonna be strength then, because you're gonna like be propelling your entire body.
Off of him.
Yeah, you're gonna be like worm kicking.
Like that one GIF you sent me, Thomas, or video or whatever it was.
Which one's that?
The one with the fat guy that got bounced off of.
Oh, that video's fucking that's so good.
That's exactly what I'm imagining. Oh yeah, you definitely do that. So yeah, you get up, you pounce back off of Steve, and Steve, you just feel the full force of just the weight of Dan just crush into your chest.
Can I ask what everyone's HP is right now?
Steve is 5, and Dan is 38.
Steve, you still got a chance.
Steve, it is your turn. You're still in it, Dan. Steve, it's your turn.
Did that knock me down, or am I still standing?
So we're assuming that yes, you like some of the actions are spent getting up and whatever. So that's why you have one action each.
Okay.
Like I said, this was just supposed to be flavorful fun for y'all.
I'm gonna
Go what?
I'm gonna try the flip move again.
The flip move again? Okay. Acrobatics
because I feel like it's gonna look really cool if I do.
You could just.
I really want to do it.
You don't actually, does he critically fail on you? Oh, it's a 11. Is that? Yeah, that's a critical failure, Steve.
Wait, what? His fortitude 20 more than 21?
His fortitude's is a plus 11, so you have to beat a 21 when you got an 11.
Jeez.
Ooh. As he flips over me, I just want to grab his hands in midair and just kind of slam him into the ground.
You know what? Give me an athletics check, just because Steve did critically fail, and I just want to see if you just add insult to injury. Oh yeah, you. Whatever. I could add the critical failure damage, but Steve, you're unconscious. So Dan, you kind of catch him as he's trying to flip over you, and you just slam him back to the ground, and that just completely knocks the wind out of Steve. And all at once, Chief Masayoshi jumps out from the crowd, runs over to Steve, and 1, 2, 3, and grabs your hand and victory! The crowd
Steve
is all
won,
cheering.
man.
No, Dan won that.
Dan.
Dan won. But Chief Masayoshi's got your hand, and he's holding it in the air, and he's screaming, and the crowd is screaming with you. Dan.
Gonna take my other hand and just give him a thumbs up.
Woo! And kind of lowers it back down and kind of gives it a soft, like, reassuring tap on your hand. Let's go. And bends over to Steve and kind of, I don't know, just strong arms him back up into a standing up position.
Am I still unconscious? Or?
No, you get back up. You get back up. You have at least 1 HP.
Did I win?
Not today, young pup.
You fought well. You fought well, Steve. That was very impressive showmanship. I loved it. Oh, God, I love Gakudo. Well,
I'm gonna can I raise my arms up and do another 360 to the crowd?
give me a performance check.
Oh, finally I get a good roll.
Oh yeah, you're kind of like you're doing like the run around the exterior of the arena, or almost to the exterior, and you're just kind of like woo, and everybody's just fucking taking their shirts off and twirling in the air at you and throwing shit, not shit, but like their clothes and their stools and just being all happy and aggressive about it.
Can I rip my shirt off and hand it to a young child to stay with his family in the front row?
Oh, of course
The
you
top of
can.
one of the wall. All right.
You
I was
just
like, here you go, bud. Hopefully you'll be in here one day. I know it.
and he's
And
just
then
like,
back to
but Chief she just kind of claps and all right, settle down. Our esteemed guests have a road they must travel while it's still light out. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it. You will always be welcome on sacred Mount Heidi. Give it up. The crowd goes wild again, but at this point, you guys are kind of directed towards the exits.
all right. I guess I'll start heading towards the exit.
I don't know.
I'm gonna aggressively boo Dan just to see if it kind of get like people riled up a little bit.
That was a good fight, Dan.
Slap him on the back. It was a good fight.
So, the two of you
I
head.
like the first move you did, Steve, especially the ones where Dan was able to grab you by the feet and throw you on the ground.
I
Yeah.
think the part where you lifted Dan up for his crotch was directly on your face, and then you slammed him down.
It just came to me in the moment. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
It was really cool. Can I ask what it smelled like?
I mean, if it would have been yesterday, probably not great, but we were just in those baths, so
That's
it
true.
wasn't that terrible.
I'll just grab the dwarf and like, here, you can have a smell if you're brave enough to ask.
I mean, I just ate bird shit that I thought was bird eggs, so why not? I'll take a whiff. Take a whiff of that, McLean.
Hold on. I misunderstood that whole encounter, Thomas. If I understand this now correctly, you, as Worf, believed whenever time you have breakfast that you eat eggs, thought those were bird shit.
I thought birds pooped eggs. I don't fucking know.
So
I don't cook the eggs. I eat the eggs. I have heard people eat raw eggs. I've seen it in the movie or the book adaptation, Rocky.
On the floor, you ate them thinking,
Meraki.
breakfast eggs.
Well, I didn't want you to be embarrassed, buddy. I just thought I would slurp some raw eggs because I knew that was a thing some people do. So I was like, I could slurp those up for people don't notice he's dropped his eggs because that's fucking embarrassing.
All right. Worf, you're a good friend. An odd one. A good friend.
Yeah, you can keep your eggs to yourself, Marok.
Will.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of heading back out of the out of the
wait
arena
a second.
to
Wait
the
a second.
keep.
No one has agreed to head it back out yet, because the last time we headed out, we got the war can destroyed, and we got stuck inside of a blizzard. Is there any way in somewhere in Heidi Summit where we can talk and get a new war can 2.0?
We have to.
You have
Tony
a
brought
war
it to
can.
me.
We have a war can 2.0?
Yeah.
Tony brought it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're totally not supposed to bring back that other one or something that you guys already brought back.
What?
The first war can? Yeah, I'm confused.
Did we
So,
accidentally a sentence?
Perhaps I didn't phrase that very well. So, remember that you were supposed to bring back the first wagon because it was a rental? And everyone lied to me and said you already brought it back?
So, yes, you
We
got...
don't have memories, Dan.
So, but yes, he's not wrong. So you guys had taken the war can, and had lied to Kuno, the chaperone, the original chaperone, and basically a whole coercion from Worf to indirectly all the way up to Kron, convinced people that you were to keep the caravan. Well, when Kron got information and word on this, he deduced correctly that when you guys blamed Dan for the caravan fiasco, Kron had enlisted Dan to not only go and do this bandit thing and go and collect you guys, but also to bring the original caravan back. Dan, I don't think, has expressed that to you guys yet, which is why you're confused. But yes, you guys are supposed to be returning the original caravan right now.
No, I think Dan did say that when he first showed up.
That was like the first thing he said.
Okay,
And then everyone
that's
said
right.
we already brought it back.
Oh,
Like, oh,
okay.
Because it was buried under the thing.
Okay. Then I misheard that. So, but anyways, yes, that is what Dan is alluding to.
Okay.
But either way, yes, we're not out of the Hyde Summit quite yet. I'm just getting the map ready. But yeah, you guys are currently in Hyde Keep. None of the people from the upstairs arena have returned quite yet. But I mean, the mission's complete. What?
Did they heal me at all, or am I?
Yes, you are in essence fully healed, Steve.
Okay.
This was more non-lethal, easy patch up, just sleep it off and you'll be fine kind of damage. It was just more of a way to track how well each of you could handle your wrestling, and Dan proved superior in that respect.
Just a little bit. He won the match, but I won the hearts of the audience.
That's true.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, there's really no reason at this time for you guys to stay in Hyde Summit. By all means, if there's anything else you'd like to do, talk to a vendor, purchase items, or if you just want to grab the War Can 2.0 from the stable and head back out, whatever you guys would like to do, it's your adventure.
Maddie,
I'm.
I know some of the stuff we got. Are we able to sell some of it and just put it in a pool of loot? No.
In what do you mean?
Well, like, so I've got some of the inventory. Like, I have an extra thing of healer's tools. I don't need those. I only need one. I gotta sell, like, actually, I think this is literally the only thing. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
I was gonna say, because you're the one who asked, everybody else wouldn't know this, but you would. Hyde Summit's not really a rich, industrious type of village in which you should sell your things.
Okay.
Purchase, sure, but sell, no, that's probably best left for a more industrialized, modern city or village like Altanova.
Okay.
But by all means, you are more than welcome to try. You just might not get your value out of selling here.
Yeah, we can wait until we get to Altanova then. Wait. Does everyone have winter clothing?
I do.
So
Believe I
I'm going
do.
to equip that right now.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you guys should all be wearing it.
Never mind.
I just assume we never put our clothes back on from the baths, so we've all just been wandering around.
No, you definitely put your clothes back on.
That power bomb had a whole different
Exactly.
interpretation.
It was sloppy.
Right. So at this point, yeah, you guys kind of collect yourselves again and start heading out towards the stables. And sure enough, two labormen are just standing there, kind of patting down everything and definitely taking care of Warcan very well for y'all.
Retrieves the wagon.
Okay. So the stableman, without even saying a word, just kind of gives you a nice sharp nod of encouraging nod, and the other one goes and grabs Warcan, pulls it out to the front for you.
Hey, thanks for taking care of this for us, guys. We really appreciate it.
This one's on us, boys. Good luck out there. So, at this point, who's piloting Warcan?
I got it, but maybe.
Survival.
Now, if you guys remember, those who have successfully piloted Warcan, if you remember, I did give you that free feat that allows you to pilot Warcan without making nature checks anymore. You automatically succeed at controlling Warcan. But only those who have successfully pulled the reins.
Uh,
So that would probably just be...
That should have been me, right? I think I've done decent.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I think quite literally, I think it's just Marak and Worf that have driven or piloted the Warcan. Dan
Was it Dan
Yeah.
that wrecked it?
I mean, I drove it. Not
Yeah.
well.
No, Dan did not succeed, so he does not get that free feat. Dan
I
didn't
don't
even
think
pilot.
That was one of my
Dan
very
and the
few but
oily
amusing
muscles.
rolls of 0.
Destroyed it. That was immediately. We just got the
You
thing.
didn't even leave. You had the paint was not even dry yet, and you guys, Dan just immediately crashes it. So Warcan
I am down to take on the reins.
yeah.
But we don't. So Maddie, Thomas, and I do not have to roll any nature checks, or just
Correct.
checks in general. Just no. Okay.
Yeah, you still have to succeed like your survival checks to know your direction and stuff like that. But as far as pull reins, I forget what the feat's called. I think it's simply just called ride or something simple like that. But essentially means that you do not have to attempt a nature check. You automatically succeed a nature check to pull reins on a previously succeeded whatever. You know what I mean. So at this point, for Marak and Worf, as long as you pilot Warracan, you do not have to make nature checks. If you pilot any other type of craft, like a sail or a boat or an airship or a different creature altogether, you will have to make checks for those.
Helicopter.
But yeah, helicopters and whatever. But anyway, so at this point, whoever takes the reins, how are you guys sitting in this thing? Is it just...
Are you sitting in the front?
Okay,
Next
you're
to
outside. Yep.
Be chilling
That's-
on the inside and all my sweet pelts.
Steve and
I'm
Dan, you
standing
guys...
on the
Oh, you're standing on the
I'm
roof?
standing on the roof,
Okay.
surveying the.
So Dan,
Yeah.
you climb inside, start undoing all your pelts that you've gathered up. Steve, you hop on the roof and kind of just hold on tight.
Nope, I'm just standing.
All right. So when the Warcan takes off, before we even do the nature or survival checks to know direction, Steve, give me a reflex save, or an acrobatics actually, because we're not reflexing, we're acrobatic. See how
All
well
right.
balanced you are. Oh, okay. Nope, fine. All right, you win this one. You have. It's as if nothing ever moved. You're just sitting there gliding on this fucking caravan. But
I mean, that worked. I also have the feet steady balance, so if I would have just rolled the normal success, I would have gotten the critical success anyway.
nice, beautiful.
So
And then
I can balance pretty good.
Worf and Marak. If you guys want to give me a survival check, make sure you guys know direction. Because, of course, after the avalanche, while the road, of course, still somewhat exists, it is covered in snow. So your sense of direction is kind of
look at that.
off a little bit. And actually, Steve, you can attempt a survival check as well, since you're outside, kind of watching the road. Marak? Is Peter still here with us?
Yeah.
You falling asleep, buddy?
Yeah, a little. All right.
My bad.
What,
Survival.
yes, sir. Survival! Modified.
All right, luckily, Worf, you know exactly where to go. You're driving this fucking Warkin anyways, and Marak is trying to be like, no, it's that way, or whatever he would say. But you know which way to go.
Worf, where are we going?
This way.
Alright. I trust you.
Just fucking fall asleep on the roof or something. You're not driving.
I'm just really trying to get into character here, guys.
Nope. Beautiful. So we're gonna end it here, somewhat, because we're just gonna assume it's pretty uneventful. By the time you guys do pass out of Hyde Summit, you roll through, you end up in Duven Kroon again. You guys camp out for the night, and you pick up reins again, and by now you know the exact roads you need to take. You've taken them before. Signs are posted everywhere. You've been down this road, and so at this.
Wait, did we get a chance to recover at least the faceplate of the Warrican that had the amazing sketching or painting that Thomas or that Worf did for us?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. It was lost in the avalanche. But I think I did. Didn't I remake it with a? I don't know if I did.
I thought you remade it somehow too.
Yeah, because I added the elf. Because your OG one got swallowed pretty fast. I might be making it up just so we keep it, but. Actually, I remember when the avalanche was coming, I ripped that entire siding off, and I just held on to it really, really aggressively.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
No. But either way, we're gonna wrap it up and end here because you've successfully completed the Hyde Summit mission. You've defeated the Yeti. You've taken a bath. You've fought each other, wrestled each other. You were able to successfully get out of town unscathed. Yeti captured, extra bonus in your pockets. You have not quite arrived inside of Altanova just yet. We will get to that here in a little while, or on the next session. But for your adventure and such completion, I will award all 4 of you 200 experience points.
Hey, where's our characters?
I'll pull you on the update token here in a minute, but I'll end it with this. But yeah, so you guys got 200 experience points. You're about to enter Altanova. We'll figure out the next session.
Dan and I get any bonus for our wrestling match?
No, I'm not gonna give you bonuses.
Not even Dan won?
Yeah,
You
no.
guys were. How many. Do you even throw a suck it, dude? think you're going to get some XP for that?
I forgot about that.
No, I just, not to be unfair, but yes, because you all completed and everybody participated, and well, everybody except for Marak, Because you had
I show on the floor.
that is true. You had War toss in a stool to help you out. But anyways, whatever. So 200 experience points. And then obviously once you get back into the Hunters Guild, you'll collect your
Level up.
No, it's not a level up. But you'll collect the remaining of your earnings once you head back into the guild.
How much is it, Matt? So that way I can kind of like do some shopping.
You'll get so you got 50 gold pieces directly from Chief Masayoshi. You will get your agreed upon 150 once you make it back to the guild.
Additional 150. Okay.
Yeah, the 150 is what you agreed upon when you left. Dan, you would get 250 gold pieces because you completed the other mission as well.
Ooh.
But we'll get into that. So you can do some pre-shopping, but don't actually purchase anything quite yet. We still need to actually get inside of Altanova.
Yeah, I won't do any purchasing.
But plan out what you want. I'm gonna put us back onto the update token so you guys can get that figured out.
Just to make sure I understood, Maddie, so you said when we get back to Altanova and talk to the guild masters, we'll get an additional 150 each?
Yep. So that's your contract was the 150 each.
Okay, got it. Just so that way I just have...
So you yourself will have 150 plus the 50 you just got.
Yep, I've already added all. We just got 200 experience?
Yep, 200 experience plus the original 60 experience from the wolf and bear fight.
No worries. Okay, so I'm at 122 right now. Okay, got it. Okay. All right, nerds. Oh, sorry for punking out and be a little bit of a bitch there, guys. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I feel weird that I used my bread-headed bitch insult on Dan and Steve. I should save that one. I don't know what that means.
What is that reference?
It came. I have no idea. I was inspired by the wrestling. I just wanted to yell out an insult.
You bitch. Okay.
I was trying to remember. There was a The Rock insult